What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, and in this one, we got some big recruiting news. Michigan set to host multiple top targets in the 2025 and 2026 class this weekend, including some big flip targets, including two of them on the defensive line, a four-star linebacker commit, and we also got some big news on a four-star cornerback flip target for Michigan, as they could be gaining some buzz in that recruitment. Plus, Lamar Morgan talks about two Michigan freshman defenders we could see more of going forward here. Also, he gives an update on Will Johnson's injury. Also, Ron Bellamy previews the Michigan State game and more. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the hot topic around Michigan football, and that is obviously the recruiting. Like I've said before, if there's anything positive so far to take away from the Sherrone Moore era, it has been recruiting for the Wolverines, and it's going to be another big recruiting weekend for them, as they're set to host not only a lot of top targets but also some flip targets as well. Now, obviously, Michigan just landed the five-star offensive tackle Andrew Babalola in the 2025 class, and we're hoping that that could lead to a domino effect, and it appears it could do that. Now, Andrew Babalola is actually set to come on for a visit this weekend for the game against Michigan State as well, and also other Michigan commits like Andrew Marsh, Carter Smith, Avery Gatch, Bobby Conca, Eli Owens, and a big one, which is the four-star top 100 safety Ivan Taylor, who has been taking visits to other schools like Alabama who are trying to push him and flip his commitment. So that's going to be a huge visit for Michigan to convince Taylor to stay here. We've also talked about the 2025 four-star defensive back Jordan Young. Michigan getting hit or the last visit before he announces his decision November 2nd. So that's another big one this weekend, mainly between Michigan, Clemson, and NC State right now. But there are some flip targets, and two of them are on the defensive line, as Michigan will be hosting the 2025 three-star Syracuse defensive line commit Quante Gillians. Michigan offered him earlier this fall, and he is starting to show a lot of interest in Michigan. And then another one which we haven't really talked about that much is the 2025 three-star defensive lineman Cincinnati commit Benny Patterson from the state of Indiana. And according to Steve Wiltfong of On3, he will be taking his official visit to Michigan this weekend. He has been committed to Cincinnati since April, and it is both Michigan and USC going after him strong right now. And speaking of Michigan, he told Steve Wiltfong and On3 that just the history, the culture with them putting so many people in the NFL, especially from a defensive perspective, I think that's pretty impressive. He said that they are right there leading the pack. He did say it's a toss-up between USC and Michigan. So a couple of defensive line flip targets there visiting Michigan this weekend for the game against Michigan State. And another guy who Michigan recently offered is the 2025 four-star Duke linebacker commit Bradley Gompers. He is expected to be in town for a visit. He is ranked 104th nationally on 24/7 Sports rankings. Does come from Central Catholic High School in Pennsylvania, which is also where Cole Sullivan came from. So that could help Michigan and potentially help him flip him from Duke. As far as the 2026 class, the number one ranked running back Savion Hyder is coming in, and also others in the 2026 as well. But Savion Hyder, definitely the highlight to the 2026 class coming in for a visit. So it's a big recruiting weekend for Michigan. We do got some news on the four-star cornerback Georgia commit Shamari Earls, but first I did want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, BetUS. We've talked a lot about them before. One of the best in the business. They have all the odds you need this football season, also basketball season coming up, which I'm very excited for. Michigan basketball should be a good team to watch. And right now, the odds for the Michigan State game, the spread has gone up to 5. So Michigan favored to win this one by 5 right now, and then the over-under also went down to 38.5 for this one. So let me know what you guys think about that. There's also other big games this weekend for both college football and the NFL. And you guys can bet on the Michigan State game or other games at betus.com. And right now it's a perfect time to get started because you can get a 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000. Also, you get a 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000, all with promo code YouTube150. So go check them out at betus.com. Use promo code YouTube150. I would appreciate it. And obviously, please gamble responsibly. But let's go ahead and continue here. And let's talk about the 4-star Georgia cornerback commit Shamari Earls, which obviously he was a South Carolina commit. Michigan and Georgia were both going after him, trying to flip him. Michigan, they were very close, but Georgia ultimately ended up winning and flipped him. Has been committed to Georgia since July. He is ranked 67th nationally on 24/7 Sports rankings. However, according to a Georgia insider of their On3 site, Rusty Mansell, he said that he spoke with sources close to Earls' recruitment in the last 48 hours. There's definitely been some buzz around Michigan's efforts to flip him, and Michigan hasn't stopped recruiting him and were by to see him recently. Now, he did say that he still seems solid with Georgia, but Michigan appears to be gaining some buzz right now around Shamari Earls. That would be a huge flip commit for Michigan. They need another cornerback. They have the 4-star Jaden Sanders, which was a huge get, but getting Shamari Earls, I mean, Michigan's pitch to him before he flipped to Georgia was that he could be the next Will Johnson. And I'm sure Michigan, Sherrone Moore, and Lamar Morgan will continue to pitch that to him, as Michigan will need somebody to replace Will Johnson next season. But I did want to talk about what some Michigan coaches said to the media, and Lamar Morgan, Michigan's defensive backs coach, spoke with them, and he actually talked about 2 freshmen, both safety Mason Curtis and cornerback Josiah Edmond, as they both made their debuts on defense against Illinois, both freshman defensive backs. And Lamar Morgan, he said those guys, we've talked about them as really good young players, just trying to work with them and try to continue to have this long stretch of a season. You know, there's a lot of injuries, but those guys get a lot of reps at practice, and I thought it was really good for those guys to be able to get in the game, in a conference game on the road, trying to get their feet wet. And I said those guys are part of the game plan, so definitely expect to see more of Mason Curtis and Josiah Edmond, who both have gotten a lot of praise from the coaching staff, both freshmen, and also down the stretch here towards the end of the season. Definitely expect Michigan to get a lot of more younger players reps as they look to build for the future here. Lamar Morgan also gave an update on Will Johnson, and he said that he's just working through, just trying to be his best all the time. He said there's a lot of guys that maybe didn't go full speed all the way until Wednesday and Thursday and had a heck of a game on Saturday, so that's kind of what Will is doing right now. But I said, you know, we're excited about him. I know when he gets on the field, he'll go 100%, and he said that he is working to play this weekend, so we'll see if he plays. He is questionable. You know, I'm sure, you know, if he's not 100%, I wouldn't even want to see him risk it anyways. So I'm sure the coaching staff wouldn't want to risk anything with him either and his future. So Michigan wide receivers coach Ron Bellamy, you know, spoke about the passing game and the receivers. You know, everybody knows it's got to get better, and you know, he said I haven't done enough. Collectively, we've all got to be better. But he also spoke about the Michigan State rivalry game coming up. He said records don't matter. I've been here long enough to understand that, you know, the records don't matter in this game. They have our full attention, and I know we have theirs. This is one of those games where who's going to execute at the highest level, who's going to not commit the silly penalties that comes with rivalry games, and we have to play our best game of the year, offense, defense, special teams. I think if we do that, we give ourselves a great chance to win. And obviously turnovers will be key in this one. Both Michigan State have struggled with that, and personally I think whoever doesn't turn the ball over the most is going to win this game. Whoever has more explosive plays and whoever doesn't turn the ball over is going to win this game. And I honestly don't even really know what to expect going into this one, because both teams, you know, have not been having as great of a season. Obviously Michigan more disappointing than Michigan State, because Michigan State right now, they are in a rebuild year with Jonathan Smith. They are coming off a very good win over Iowa. So, you know, going into this game, I think Michigan State has a lot of of momentum, and they may want this game more. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, it could come down to who really wants this game more. And I think that's why you could see Michigan State potentially pulling the upset off and beating Michigan. But that's why we got to see this coaching staff go to work, get these players ready, and make them understand that this is an important rivalry game. You got to have leaders like Donovan Edwards step up and be a leader going into this game. So we got to see that. We got to see the fight in this team after a rough 4-3 start and probably their worst game that they've played this past week against Illinois. So let me know what you guys think. But other than that, that is going to wrap up this video. Again, shout out to BetUS. Go ahead, check them out at betus.com. Use promo code YouTube150. And other than that, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.